country, not even speaking the language, and be one of the girls in the schools, dark as you can see, tall and skinny, and try kids. You have to have a very strong mindset, because they're trying to say things to discourage you or call you name sometimes, but I never feel those things, because I actually love it, because I'm unique.
Hey, it's Kellen, and today you guys don't have to adjust your screens. I do have one of the next cast members for Wakanda 2, possibly. This young lady from Sudan, Dr. Kathare Mundit, is a model. She is a businesswoman, real estate. She also is going to show us and talk about her Forex venture. Is quite unique because it has a networking marketing aspect to it. And you guys know, if you've been listening for even, half of a season, that I can't stand network marketing. So for me to bring a guest on who has network marketing, it's a different type. It's something that I've never seen. And you guys know I love Forex because it's profitable. She is so talented, coming all the way from Sudan. I do think she could be in the new Black Panther. She has definitely the look, the height, the whole it factor. And welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much, Kellen. I really appreciate it. That was just amazing introduction. I really appreciate it. I'm very excited to be here. I am, literally, I'm very excited to be here. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be in your show.
Yeah. And I'm happy to have you, to welcome you. You have just started your YouTube channel. All her links will be in the description box, people, so you can click as you listen and just, browse around, or when you get a chance. Where do we start? What are you most excited about right now with all the ventures you do? You tell the people who you are in the order you want to tell.
Well, I am a lady who carries a lot of hat like you. You just mentioned everything that you say from the introduction. I mean, I'm a person who, I do things that I'm excited about or I love doing. Of course, Forex has been really part of my life for the past, 3 years. I have not been, trading long, but it's been amazing. Yeah, I'm in real estate, a model, a fitness, long distance runner. All of these things I've been doing for so much, for all of this year. And I feel like, this is a time for me just to put everything together and really share with the world, because you yourself are like, you have something, you have to be out there and show to people. And I feel like I do have something I can help a lot of people, just share my experience. Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited about the Forex. I'm excited about, starting my YouTube channel finally. People have been telling me for years. So I'm excited about those things. So I can literally, people, I'm just sharing my experience with people, basically everything. It's not just just not only Forex, but really people who get to see everything about my whole lifestyle on my YouTube channel. So I'm very excited about that.
Okay, yeah, and I mean, I see, a future client. Whenever you talk about Forex, when you talk about YouTube, you talk about teaching, you talk about impacting the world, I'm like, she's going to get so, it's going to be so crazy. She's going to need a team. No one can succeed without a team. And so I saw it and I said, hey, let me put my bid in. Let me tell you what I think, what I see, what I think could win, because you have the potential to, you could do whatever. One thing about being an immigrant, and not just an immigrant, but a refugee, which means you left during the most difficult time. Unlike some immigrants who, you're sometimes getting, the ambassador's daughter or whatever, right? In great times.
Yes.
You left your country of Sudan in times where it was possibly death or get out.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So in the words of our great president, what do you have to lose? You can literally try everything and look at it in a positive light, where most Americans are spoiled and have a negative, oh, I'm not going to make the payroll if I start that business this week. and you like, I am the payroll, I have to make it happen. So what is like your mindset, to come to a different country and do something like real estate and Forex, which is very high risk? What type of mindset do you have?
Well, that's really a great question. Growing up, I was just a very different individual. My dad was in the military, so I grew up a tomboy. I think that's what, like, I still play sport, even though people see I'm girly girl, not really girly. I grew up a tomboy, so my mindset was always I've been taught with a very strong mindset started from my dad, because growing up as a refugee, you see all kind of craziness. Yes, I'm South Sudanese, so you see death, you see rape, you see all the crazy things that you can see at a very young age. And that's, I think, it prepare you for so much in life. So me coming to United States, I remember my father used to say, because I was born and raised in Ethiopia, although I'm South Sudanese. So my dad used to say, look, you guys need to start speaking English, because one day you might go to America. We was laughing like, what is our chances to go to America, right? We were like, nah, our friends probably think we are corny, all kinds of stuff, because my dad speak English and everything. The school they went to, they speak English, they write English and everything. Me, because I was born and raised in Ethiopia, all I speak, write, and read is Amharic. So we never really pay attention to that. But he said, you know what? There is a chance that one day you guys can go to America. And I'm like, and then that clicked for some reason. And but I always been a person with a strong mindset, and I said I control my life. Nobody else control. Even though with all the crazy things that were happening, I'm not a person who try to blame the outside world, why this is happening to me, why this happened to that, to this. I'll be like, whatever I can control, I'm going to control that. If something I don't have anything to do with it, I just know that's something out of my control. So when it comes to me working hard, and I'm like, look, if those people can do it, that's my mentality. Is like, if that person can do it, I can do it too. What is the difference between that person and me? We have all the same fingers, the same blood flow in our vein. Like, what is that different? And I never see myself, oh, I'm a woman, or that person is a man. I have that mentality, a go-getter mentality. So I think that's why I came this far in life, because I feel like if you're in the United States, you're already in the top to 3 to 5%. So you don't have any excuse or not succeed in this country. You are given all the tools. And me coming as a refugee, don't have those tools. I'm like, well, I have all of these tools now. I can't blame anybody if I'm not being successful. So that was my mindset.
Oh, okay. And you pick something like real estate to do, and you've done that for a while. What made you, get into real estate?
Well, I think what I find really fascinating, when you see the wealth of America, when you see one of the most rich people in America, they have something to do with real estate. So that's one of part of their biggest portfolio. And for me, I always I love houses, how they look, all of that, because my dad was in that type of, and I wouldn't say industry, because, he builds different homes and things when we was back home. If it now wasn't because of the war happened to South Sudan, we probably would, with some of the richest family in South Sudan, quite, because my dad was very successful in business, not just only he was in, an army and military and all stuff, but he was a businessman. My mom also was a businesswoman. She was in the fashion. Even my own clothes, she's the one make my clothes, my sister's clothes. So both of my both my parents, they are entrepreneurs, so that's what I get that mindset from them. So so when I came to America and I do a lot of research and I do reading, they were like, wow, most of the wealth is actually coming from real estate. I'm like, well, this is great, because I'm so much interested in the investment part of the real estate. I love helping family, because when you buy a home, that's a home that you come to have a peace of mind. So, and I'm a person of giving, helping, and doing service for people. And I really fall in love with real estate. And I think it's one of the reasons I'm doing it right now.
Now, you mentioned your dad military, and then, he pivoted and did, housing. You seem to pay attention a lot when he was young, and that seems to be the appearance. And I just want to know, was it just because he was active, or did he have you kind of on jobs where you got to kind of see the hard work he put in, or was it just from maybe a distance? Because I think that a lot of people who have job, like entrepreneurship right now is addictive. So when your kids see you hustling, a lot of times people want to hustle like that. I'm here because I saw my grandmother hustling all her different businesses,
Right.
and my parents both worked jobs, but I just knew, jobs would not fit in because I want to be able to build and create. So what
Um,
was it for you?
Oh, for me, growing up, like because I see my dad was very successful. Both my mom and my dad, they actually worked together. My dad was one of those person like a lion. I'm gonna get the bread. My mom will take care of all the rest. So I saw the hustle work together as a unit, and I love that lifestyle that you don't have to work for anybody because that's my dad's mindset. He said I would never work for anybody. And the funny thing is actually he started when he's like 6, 7 years old to do for himself. That's when he tell me those stories. I'm like, wow, Dad, you started that early? He's like, yeah. And this is actually how he started. He said, when he was about 5, I think 5 years old, his dad was one of my grandfather was one of the missionary work with the ministry and then brought education to South Sudan. So he worked with a lot of different people, and then there was a war breakout, and my dad was only like 5 years old, and then my grandmother died when he was very young. I think he was 4 or 5, some age, some in that age. So he was very hungry, but his father didn't tell him. He told my grandfather, my stomach is hurting. And my grandfather was telling him, oh, just drink water, you're gonna be fine. So they went 2 days without food. And then the third day when they got the food, so imagine you are 5 years old, no food, just drinking water. So he told my dad that the reason your stomach was hurting is because you was hungry. So he doesn't know anything about hunger. And he told my grandfather, I would never be hungry again. Look, think about it. He was 5, 6 years old telling my grandfather I would never hungry again. From that, he started hustling, selling things, you name it. So he started at a very young age. And so when he told me that story, I was so amazed by it. And I was just follow everything that he does. And we have a very special connection with me and my father because I also have a entrepreneurship mentality. So everything that he does, I'm seeing everything, and I'm just taking from there. And the rest of his history.
And did you ever help him out with real estate, and go tag along?
No, like the real estate, when we came to United States, he didn't do the real estate part, but he encouraged me a lot and said, you know what, you're a people person, you love helping people, you also a very entrepreneurial mentality. So definitely look into real estate. That's something he actually encouraged me before he passed away and say, that's something I can see you doing very well in real estate. So do the both investment and also helping other people. They want to sell their home or listing their home. So that's something he actually encouraged me. Just that he haven't seen me doing that because he passed away about 4 years ago. But yeah, that's something he encouraged me and say, do it. I know you can do it. And I just go for it. But yeah, he did some other businesses that I help him along. We work together. Because we have that connection, because that's something he started at a very young age. I'm an athlete today because of him. He pushed me so much. He pushed me so hard. And so I'm not asking like that. I'm a girl. Why you push me so hard? Because he said, no, I know your mindset. I know what you can do. And that's why I push you harder. So for that, I'll forever be grateful for that.
And that pushing hard. I mean, I've seen your Instagrams, and with permission, I'd love to be able to freely have this for our YouTube audience edit it where they can kind of see that. I mean, when you go running, you're drenched in sweat. She is. It's not your casual run. You're the type of person, I'm sure, when people see you, they're like, oh, you run? Oh, I'd love to go running with you. And then if they ever take that challenge, it's like they don't make it through the whole, marathon. But do you think that helps you in business, that great workout that you get daily?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like I told people, workout and running has been one of the most therapeutic for me. If I want some ideas, it's crazy. Sometimes I might plan to run only 10 miles, and I'll probably end up running 14 or 15 miles because I just zone out. Like literally zone out. That's where I keep the great ideas. That's where I clear my mind. That's where like this is where actually um I schedule what I need to do. Like a lot of people will sit down, write things down in the paper, the planning thing. I plan thing, I meditate when I'm running. By the time I get home, all I have to do is write everything on paper because it's already here. I already plan it out. I'm zoned out. It's quiet. I run in the nature too. It's not like I run on the street or anything. I run in nature. It's very peaceful. So yes, really workout and running been really, really helped me with so much in life. I don't know what life would be look like right now because I've been running since I was 5, 6 years old. So this is something I do for over 30 years. It might sound crazy, but that's something I did for a very long time. Yes, it's part of my life. It's my lifestyle. Yeah, I'm gonna be that grandma. I'll be running when she's 100 and something years old, still running in black. Yeah, that's me.
No, that's awesome. You just lost some people. You said I only plan to run 10 miles and I'm going to run 14. I mean, my like mind blown. Like a lot of us are happy when we say, "Oh, yeah, we got that 2 miles in," and when we do 5 or 6, we're like, "Yeah, we did something." But some of us don't picture 10 miles in a day. But that's a nice, great goal. Um, and one thing about any type of exercise and just like business, once you hit something, you want to go more and more and more. So you could probably you could do the Boston Marathon or something like that. Have you ever done that?
Oh yeah, I'm a distant runner. Yeah, that's all I do. Marathons and half marathons are definitely my running. So now all of my race canceled this year, but I usually do anywhere between 80 to 100 miles a week. So that's my range of running. So if I'm running for a marathon, let's say if I'm training for a marathon, sometimes it might even be more than that. But that's the range of miles that I run between 80 and 100 miles a week. Some people think that's crazy, but I love it. It's not, I'm not bragging about it. It's just something I love, enjoy. When I'm running, I don't feel it. It just like, I think your body get used to it for so long. And it's just like, I come back home, I take a nap maybe for like an hour and I recover and just do whatever I need to do. So yeah, definitely. I do a lot of running marathons. I have marathons. Those are the races that I run. When I was in college, I was a 800-meter runner. But once I'm done with college, I already knew that I'm going to be a distant runner. And of course, I'm from East Africa. We known for our, it's in our blood, long distance running. So yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I really can't put anything from it. I don't know if it's the gene or what it
It,
is. I don't know.
it's the genes, but it also helps so much in business because you easily could have an excuse like most of us and say, you know what, I'll get to running later. Or and people, will even listen to this and say, see, I would run, but and that's why your business is not winning because of it's like I would want run, but I have bad knees. Well, nowadays you can replace your knees and no excuses. Oh, I'd run, but I have shin splints. There's things that you can do, but you can't really win in business if you're gonna come in and say, I'm gonna start this business, but I'm bad with numbers. Like you can't hire a CPA and a bookkeeper, and those things aren't even that expensive, especially now with technology. And that's where I think most entrepreneurs, they can't go to whatever that next level is because they can't pull in these team members and make it work for them. You have the real estate, the Forex, and let's talk about the Forex because how do you then say, I'm going to run all these miles and I'm going to do real estate, but I'm also going to do a Forex business and tell the people what this business is. And I'm going to make sure, again, to have that link in the description. So if they really have questions, they go through your portal and can sign up.
Yeah, so Forex is, it's funny. When I started Forex, I actually started wanting to trade the stocks because I was like, I've been in financial services because that's my background, my master's in finance and accounting. So for 10 years, I did finance services and all those things. And I'm like, okay, I need to diverse my knowledge, my experience. I did this for so long, and I was like, I want to learn trading stocks. And then, because I wanted, that's something different. I don't just want to be one thing. And then my brother came from Africa, really. Forex is a huge thing, even though I didn't know it was like this. We know it back home in Africa, like black market, because as a refugee, UN used to give us about, I think, $80 a month or something when we was living in Ethiopia. So my dad had to go exchange that $80 to Ethiopia birr. So we actually was doing Forex, me without even knowing it. And then my brother came and said, look, instead of learning how to trade a stock, learn how to trade Forex. Being in Forex market, that's one of the largest market in the world. We talk about $5.3 trillion trading in Forex. Yeah, $5.3 trillion every single day trading Forex. So when I heard that number, the stock market, I think, is like a little bit over 43 billion daily. So when you see that number, you're like, for real? Because we talk about currency. You're not trading stock, you're trading currency. They have how many currency that we have in the world right now. So that's why I make Forex really big and large and very attractive, because you're in and out. You can be a day trader. You don't have to hold something unless you're a long-term trader. But people like us, day trader, you trade, you get your money, you run. If you want to, you don't want to be in trade for so long, because you don't know what can happen tomorrow in the market. You actually can predict, what could happen tomorrow, or the news or anything coming. So it's a big broad, but I really encourage people really to learn this skill set, because what I learned in school, that education is just a broad for you to understand the world. For you to make money, you need a skill set. And I believe this is a skill set that everybody can learn it. You don't have to have a degree. You don't have to have a high school diploma. As long as you know numbers, you can put numbers in, you have a phone, you have internet, you can be anywhere in the world and trade. You can be under your tree back home in Africa. You have a phone, you have internet. I have people right now I'm working with, which is my passion, is really to work with young people, especially in Africa, because these kids are very talented, but the problem they're having right now is that even though we go to school, there's no job. We already know here, even the state, we go to school with all of these degrees, masters and PhD, but when you look at the job, you disappointed, and now you have all these student loans that you have to pay, and you're like, this doesn't make any sense. And I feel like there's a big gap when it comes to education, and I think we have to more focus on the skill set. The skill set that's the one will help you. For you want to make money, you need a skill set, not just regular education. Regular education is for you to understand the world. So Forex is give you that to be flexible. You can be in your own home, 1-2 hours a day, trade and go by your day, and then do other things that you wanted to do. There is a company I partnered with. This is a place that you don't need to know anything right away. These are 6-figure trader that you trade with them. They give you trade ideas. You will see when they put a trade on their trade account, and they say, look, you guys, I'm looking this trade, it's looking really good. You can trade with me. You can take the trade with me if you want to. If you don't, just learn it. Nobody control your money. You have 100% control of your money. So I encourage people to reach out to me. The thing about Forex also, people say, oh, you lose money, this. Yeah, you can lose money and make money at the same time, but it can be a very lonely profession if you don't have a group of people, a community or support system. I think that's what you will get from me. Work together. You'll get, since I have experience, so it's something that you don't understand, I can even do a one-on-one Zoom with you, or something I can explain to you, something you do not understand, because you really need that support. You can go to YouTube and watch YouTube, but you really don't have support. It's a big It's a huge market. And also people have a mentality say, oh, I'm coming to Forex, I'm just going to make all of this money in a very short amount of time. I want you to come as an education first. You have to learn. For you to be a doctor, it takes years and years to become a doctor, to be a lawyer, accountant, all of these things, profession to make that kind of money. It takes you time to learn it. So what I would tell you, give yourself a time to learn it. And I promise you, if you give yourself time to learn this, this is a skill set that will pay you for the rest of your life, for your children, so you can teach them the same thing.
That's great. And again, you go back to the point of having a team, a tribe, trying to do Forex on your own. You know, I mean, some of you will be able to do it, but most won't. Most people won't be able to do a lot of things on their own. But people get it mixed up in entrepreneurship that, oh, it's all on me, I have to do everything. And it's kind of true. You do have to want to do everything, but you also have to learn how to bring people in, pay them, because your service is not free. And it's not the most expensive, but you have to too want to invest in yourself. And a lot of entrepreneurs don't believe in themselves enough to invest in themselves. And they just want, you know, magic. It will happen one day if it's supposed to be right.
Right.
You know, I met a girl yesterday who told me she was a musician at the T-Mobile store. I listened to her music and I wanted to just offer her some money for her songs right there, because I'm like, if you're not going to do anything with this, will you let me? I said, the time is right for this music. And that might be the play. If she's not willing, because there are certain things in this music industry she's like, I don't want to put up with. But and then some people think, oh, well, in business, I shouldn't have to do that because you should be rocking with me, because one day I'm going to blow up and then we'll all make money. The problem with that, people, is what if I already have money?
Right.
What if your money doesn't move? If I don't get it, it's okay. But if you don't get these services, you don't go to the level. If you don't go through this Forex program, you'll never learn it, because you're going to lose all the money that you have before you even learn how to make some or get around people who are making some. So that's the real issue in entrepreneurship. And if people can't get their mind around that, sometimes they're doomed to fail. What do you find, like, what is your number one thing of, like, you're like, entrepreneurs, like, what they're doing wrong?
I think it's like everything comes to mindset, and everything that we do, the psychology of entrepreneurship, even trading, you know, coming back to trading, you know, they say 90% is psychology, and the other 10% it can be strategy and risk management. And I think that's one of the toughest, or, you know, each entrepreneurship that have, because think about it, this is something nobody tell you when to wake up, like, you know, you need to do this, you need to do that, like everything is in you, like you're scheduling your time, planning everything. So everything you have to do it yourself, because that's why they said, oh, I'm my own boss. Okay, well, you're your own boss now, so you have to do everything that, you know, some people have 9 to 5. They were like, I'm clocking at 9 o'clock, I have to be there for 9 to 5, this is what I do. They have a routine. But entrepreneur, you don't have a routine. Like, you're doing everything by yourself. You might have a team of people helping you, which is wonderful, is great. But at the end of the day, you don't have to wake up and say, I have to make this thing happen today. But when people have a job, you have a boss telling you what to do. But at this point, you are the boss. So you have to make things happen. If you don't make it happen, well, guess what? Nothing gonna get done and nothing gonna happen. I think I would say that would be the biggest mistake or biggest challenge entrepreneurs who have, is the mindset, because it can be tough sometimes, because you might be doing something over and over and you'll be like, why it's not working for me? Why this is, and you can be discouraged. And that's one of the things coming back from Forex, is that because it's not like you're going to win everything or lose everything. But let's say you have 2-3 wins back to back. Now your mind start, use your mind game like, oh, maybe this is not going to work. Maybe this is a scam, this and that. But when you have a community of people coming together, let's say everybody trading together and they lost that trade, that, oh, I'm not the only person lost that trade. It was like another 100 people was trading together and they lost that trade. So you feel better than knowing that it's not your fault. Maybe the market wasn't just not doing what it's supposed to do. So, but when you have a group of people coming together, or have a group of people, a community. I like the way you say tribe. You feel better, you feel strong. There are people going to encourage you, and you're not alone. And that's one of the things so most important. That's why people associate with entrepreneurs, so I can, like, if I feel like I'm down, something is not going my way, I can reach out to them, I can talk to them. They encourage me, they're like, keep pushing, keep going. So I would say I think that's would be like one of the most challenging people have.
Okay, and forgive me, and you just let me know if the gardeners out there, if that gets too much.
No, you're fine.
Okay, it's like right outside my window. I
don't like, you're like, why today? No, I don't hear anything. You're good.
With the biggest like lawnmower ever, just sitting on it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I forgot whatever time this is, whatever day this is.
No, you're good. Okay.
But yeah, no, that is, I mean, just the community, because entrepreneurship can get lonely, and a lot of entrepreneurs can get depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do as a consultant is very unique, where I used to be a drug counselor and a mental health counselor, and I see those same type of skill sets with certain entrepreneurs where they're like, I just need someone to talk these things out with, and that's what I need you for. And we everyone needs that. Like, I have my own people I have to lean on to say, yo, whatever. But, your courses and that path that you've gone on, I mean, you're highly educated. People say, you're one of the lucky ones, and it was that. But it wasn't luck. It was that it was hard work, and that you put it in, and you always kept your principles. What is like and all this, the business that you do, what is your community give back that you are doing or that you want to do? Because I know you have to have one.
Yeah, so like, because I came here I was 14 when I came to the United States. I didn't even speak English, like, to be honest with you. So all I speak was Amharic. I speak I speak Amharic, I speak Nuer, and a little bit of Arabic I can stand here and there because my dad is speak it. So coming to this country, not even speaking the language, and be one of the girls in the schools, dark as you can see, tall and skinny, and try kids, you have to have a very strong mindset, because they're trying to say things to discourage you or call you name sometimes. But I never feel those things, because I actually love it, because I'm unique. I'll be like the most dark skinned girl in the school and tall. So nobody can really miss me, like, oh yeah, the dark skinned tall girl. So I love being unique. That's something I never have issue with. I love who I am. But coming to, when you talk about, entrepreneurship and things given to the community, I have a passion. I have a responsibility. Coming as a refugee, coming from Africa, didn't have anything, and being in this country with all of these opportunities, I'm super, super grateful that I've been given this. I don't know what my life would look like right now if I was still back in Africa, back home, because the chaos things of what were happening, as you guys can see. If you go right now, go Google South Sudan, you will see the still chaos is going on. People are dying, hunger, all kind of stuff, right? But I have a passion to give back, because I feel like I have, my heart always is, what can I do for Africa? I don't mind helping the rest of the world, but I feel like Africa is like the mother. If we don't take care of her, like, it's going to be a lot of issue. Even you see most of the world where it's coming from Africa. I'm not trying to any feel any type of way, but I feel like as a human being, we have responsibility to make sure Africa is being taken care of. If you see all of the things that happen in the Western world, where is coming from? From Africa. So me as an African, I have a responsibility to go back and help the young people. And that's why I'm so passionate about Forex, is that we have a generation that, super smart, very intelligent, but they feel like their hands being so tied. Even though you go to school and you have all of the degrees, when you get out of school, there's no job for you. What does that make sense? It doesn't make any sense that I have to go to school but don't have a job. But I feel like Forex is something they don't, the market doesn't care if you're black, you white, you tall, you short, you this, you that. As long as you have your brokerage account, you can trade anywhere in the world. And I want to empower the young people, those feel like have no hope, because there was point time in life like there's no hope with all of this chaos are happening. But hope this come, and that's why I'm here today. So it's my responsibility as a human being, humanity. Like I have to go back and help those young kids and give them hope that, hey, I've been in your shoes. Okay, everything is possible. If I can do it, you can do it too. And just to go back, give those kids hope.
And hope is necessary, because if you have hopeless people, you will have chaos and all type of anarchy, because they literally have nothing to lose.
Yep.
We've seen it, especially here in America with, the recent rioting that happened. It's like, okay, you don't give people hope of being safe. The others are tired of seeing it. And it's not that difficult to give hope. I mean, school has to be revamped. But college expectations, Harvard, unless you have Harvard ties, doesn't mean the same thing. I tell people I went to the Harvard of the South. Yes, State University is the Harvard of the South, because I don't put so much value in your Harvard education.
Exactly.
When I do business with them, they're not that smart.
Just a name.
Yes, it's a name, and it's, I went to Oxford, and it's like you still can't get your numbers right, and you'll still borrow more money than you make. And if you think that's smart, then I don't know. We're on two different planets, and it's just education, and education really starts from what you do at home. We have Audible now. You guys, reading a book a week really isn't that difficult if you turn off the VH1 and the TLC and whatever else.
Hey, everything going on, right? Bravo.
Yeah, if you don't care that Usman is gonna marry baby girl Visa, which I'm a guilty pleasure, I get it, but you don't have to watch you don't have to then watch Smothered and everything else.
Yes.
But, with the entrepreneurship, people will, they'll see, okay, she has these things and she's come up. How do you deal with sometimes the loneliness, but also the beggars? Because when you are perceived to have money, sometimes people, especially being African, people, there's always somebody who wants some money, even if they have it. They don't mind, and that's not just an African thing, because I have African American family and African family who they use the same guilt tactics, and you then have to find a way to block all of that. And I do it by telling people I have a job for you if you want, and then they run. But how do you deal with, the constant, only if I had this, and if I could just get this amount of money, and if someone believed in me? How do you handle those people?
This is like a good question, because every time I go online, like let's say in Facebook or something, there's somebody always calling me, hey, I need money for this, and then I'll be like, okay. So my whole thing, when it comes to, the first question, loneliness, because when you're an entrepreneur, people don't understand your work ethic, the responsibility that you have, because you have, like, most of my friends, the people I went to college with, they just have jobs. So they might want to say, hey, let's hang out, let's do this. And I might say, no, you guys, I can't do this because there are things I need to take care of. They don't understand the whole thing. They're like, oh, Kathare, you're just working. It's all the time it's about business. You're doing this. I'm like, you guys, I have to do that because I am my own. I don't have a 9 to 5 life. You can go to your job 9 to 5. By 5 o'clock, you out. You can come home and do all kinds of things. But for me, I don't have any things like that. I have to take care of everything. So sometimes, yes, it's very lonely, and that's why you want to be around with people who have the same mindset with you, who are entrepreneur, because they understand exactly what you're going through. And there's nothing wrong with you, all friends who just have a job. You know, I told people, do what you love. If you love your job, go for it. If you know, that's the things the most important in your life. I don't commend any recommend, like I don't look down on anybody who have a job. As long as you enjoy what you do, what you love. Like we need nurses, we need doctors, we need lawyers, all time. Just everybody create differently. You know, for some of us, we want more, we want that freedom. So we was like, no, I don't want to work for anybody. I want to work for myself, because with that entrepreneurs, where people get jobs. Think about it. So we do need entrepreneurs so they can create jobs for those people who love to work. So we are very important in society to do those things. But our mindset is totally different from average person, and that's why you want to be around people who have the same mindset so you can get that support. Now, when it comes to people ask you money, I love what you said, because I'm the same way. I don't like giving people a fish. No, fish, you're on, okay? I'm not a bank. So I will try to do the best I can to provide something that you can do, especially now I'm trading in Forex. I told people, learn the skill set, okay? Learn it. So you don't have to come to me, ask anything. You'll get my support. I will give you my time. Because what happens is when you start to give people money, they'll come back the next day and say, oh, you know what, this has happened. It just become a cycle to them. And coming back for more, but there are times you have to say, no, enough is enough. I'm not giving you anything. I can help direct you where to get a job. I can help you to get this skill set so you can provide for yourself, because you're not going to provide for everybody. That's insane. That's great. I mean, if that was the case, you'll be broke forever. I mean, let's be honest. So my thing, I just, direct them to things like I'm from Africa. I know the things, how things are hard back home. Yes, sometimes, I know the situation because I've been in their shoes. So for people back home, sometimes it might be really totally different situation from people who live in the state. But if you live in the state, no, I would like do this. So you can do that by yourself. So you don't have to ask me anything. You have to be really strong, like no is no. Or they will start to walk over you. Yeah, that's all I can say about that.
Every entrepreneur has to think like a millionaire. And if you go through any millionaire conference, watch any millionaire video, read any millionaire books, you'll learn that the millionaire mindset is a different mindset. And it's one where you can be more giving, but it's how you give. And there's so many levels to that. But I've given people money and it's little money, where they've said, I've taken that money for training so then they can open up their own shop or whatnot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And those type of people, I don't mind giving money to, because I see them as, potential future business partners that we can grow. Okay, look, hold on. Now I'm going to help invest in you, and let's build something if that's possible. But the folks who, get pregnant, have twins, and then say, now I'm supporting a life where I was there to have fun while making the twins.
Right.
And that part probably just blows my mind. Like, let me, I could have been, and
right.
You had
I wasn't there.
I wasn't there. You had all the fun, but I have to pay for it. I can't get down with that. And being able to provide people jobs. So what are some of the ways that you say no? Because some folks, whether they're here or in Africa, they'll say, but that costs money, and I told you I don't have money. So, and I'm trying to help somebody right now who hasn't learned how to say no, because there's 100 ways. Like Grant Cardone says, there's 1,000 ways to sell. There's 100,000 ways to say no. So what are like two of your favorites?
To be honest, I'm just a cutthroat person. Like, I don't do nonsense. I don't sugarcoat. I just tell you it is what it is. Like, if I feel like there are things and responsibilities that you should take, this is go across the board with blood, my own family, my sisters, brothers, everybody. It is go everybody. It doesn't matter if you blood or you're not. If I'm seeing like a situation that you're doing the same thing over a situation that you knew you shouldn't even be doing that. Oh, no. I'm like, you got yourself in this situation, you have to get yourself out of it. Point blank, period. That's me. Like, it is what it is. Now the situation, maybe it's emergency, something just came from the blue, like nobody didn't even know this happened. Yeah, of course, we're human. We don't control everything. And if I have to help, I'll go help. But if you're just being careless and you just, like you said, you try to have fun, you got your twins, well, guess what? It's your responsibility to take those twins. I have nothing to do with me. I wasn't there when you have the twins. You should be more careful. So, and I'm a very cautious person. Like, sometimes I overthink things. It's good and bad sometimes in business. There are things that like overthink. That's who I am. And sometimes as a human, I also have those things like, what just happened? Like, analyze things. And I'm like, you are adult enough, you're grown enough, you know what's wrong and what right. You got yourself in the situation, you learn to get yourself out of it. Because when you give people like a short way or help them, like, they don't learn anything from it. They can do the same thing all over again. But let them feel the pain. So maybe they can learn something from it and not do it again.
Well, they do learn how to be a better beggar, because I'm sure we're not the only one. And I know that from a cousin of mine who used to be terrible at that, till one day I just cut him all the way up and said, don't ever ask me for money, you know. But he had let the cat out of the bag one day, and he was just feeling so comfortable. He was like, yeah, because before I asked you, I asked, all of, these people. And I'm like,
oh. So you ask everybody.
Yeah, so we're enabling you, and you're more than capable. He's brilliant, and he's doing, great. But you just, if you learn just how to beg, you will learn to be just a better beggar. The same thing in anything. You learn how to, steal, you'll be a better thief. You learn how to be a Casanova. You cannot have one, but you can have 5 different situations around the world of being, a Casanova, gentleman of leisure, whatnot. With your new YouTube channel that you are building, can you let the people know what you're going to be teaching and showing them, and just kind of that, what the channel is?
So I'm really super duper, really so happy, excited about the YouTube channel, because first of all, I really I don't think if I said this in person, but I'm so grateful to you, because you're really the one really push my button and say, you need to get this channel going. And I really grateful and thankful to you that you really pushed me to finally get this thing done. Because this is something I couldn't have this 10 years ago, because people even on Facebook, because you already saw me my workout on Facebook, people why don't you have a YouTube channel so you can direct people to there, so they can work out they can see you work out and they can follow you and this and that. And sometimes we drag our feet and things like that, but I'm excited about it. So what you would see on my YouTube channel is not just one thing that what I'm doing. Like I'm in real estate, I am in Forex, I am still in financial services, I am a model, I am all kind of things that I'm doing. I love cooking. I'm a vegetarian for the last 20 years. So basically, you see almost the whole Kathare lifestyle, life, as you can see. I'll put everything that I feel like will benefit somebody, because people think, even sometimes people think, oh, you just eat so clean, you don't eat junk food. You wouldn't even see me sometimes when I'm eating junk food. I'm human. Like, I have my cheat Sundays. I might eat a pizza, I might eat fries, whatever. We live in America, okay? Junk food is everywhere. But things that I feel like can encourage you, can help you, not alone. Anything that I can, improve your life, or I can bring value, is something I read somewhere or something I see that can help somebody, I would throw it out there. So it's not just gonna be one thing, it's gonna be a whole, it's like my YouTube channel is be like a salad, okay? That's what I would describe it as, a salad. There's everything in there. And I think you guys gonna have so much fun. I'm a person about having fun, and just show the things I love, things I enjoy doing, and you just see it. And maybe something you want to see from me, you feel free. Comment and say, hey, Kathare, we want to see you doing this. If I feel something properly, I can do that, let's do it. If I feel like, oh no, I can't do it, I'll let you know I can't do it. But I'm a fun person, and that's my personality. That's what kind of person I am. Love life. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun doing it together.
Yeah, no, that is awesome. Amen. Amen. It's and you're more than welcome. I mean, when I see it like the movie. People sometimes will say, "Oh, Kellen, you said that because you think you can make some money off that." I said, "Well, if I think money can be made, I could be in line, but sometimes I'm not the best person to make money with that person. I don't think that with you." But I push people to where I'm like, you need a book. You need a book, you need a movie. And when I push my clients to that, they're like, what? I'm like, yeah. And I'm going to show you how. And because I've done it, and now that I've done it, so many a times, whatever that means, I just know the steps. So to me, it's like, yeah, it's not a big deal. We're gonna make a movie.
Right.
It could be low budget, it could be high, but we're gonna make a movie. Okay.
Right.
The book is gonna be done. I've done enough books where it's like I know the process, and and it's just funny to me because I just remember the steps. But you definitely have that, and I've told you, the hurdles that I see for you and how to easily get over those. And that, to me, anyone who's doing Forex is making money continually. And what do you do as an entrepreneur when you make money? You don't go buy the new, Aston Martin. You go get that eventually, and you'll probably be disappointed how it doesn't make you feel good after a week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and you'll say, what could else I've done with my money? But what I always try to teach entrepreneurs is, okay, we got this money. You don't need to live off of it. Let's go create something that can make more money and invest it in. It just makes sense. So,
yep.
That's that. Before I let you go and give the people a game overload, this might be a bonus, but I want you to give the steps, because you really downplay this in your life. And I just want you to kind of give the steps of what you did to get an honorary doctorate. It's one of those things that I can't wait to get mine, and I'm going to rock that hat every day. And yes, folks, will have to call me,
I want to be there, celebrate with you. You know what? It's so it's crazy that this happened. Like, a person who actually, a sister that I am so grateful to. Her name is Dr. China Bentley. Actually, I met her through Forex. She's one of my mentor, and she saw me that all the work I was doing, I was traveling a lot, I was helping a lot of people, because that's my heart. Like, serving, that's me all day. Even money that I wanted to make, it's not, to have this, big mansions, have private jets and the Rolls Royce. It's good, and nothing wrong with that. But there are things make me feel great about life, is that when I see I can impact somebody's life, those are the things that are most important to me. Yeah, we can have this lavish lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with it. We're all grateful for that. But what will make me happy is that somebody can come and shake my hand once and say, Kathare, I appreciate you. You believe in me because this is what you did. My family life changed. That will make me more happier than anybody just brought me a private jet. That's to me, I touch somebody's life, because me touching that person's life, now they can go and pass down and touch other people's life. Those are things that drive me every single day, even though days I feel like I don't want to do anything, but I'm a person that I work hard, or I do push myself more when my why is bigger than just me, because my why is always what can I do to help people in Africa. So every single day it push me harder. I get up, it motivate me, because this is not about me, but it's about those people that I can impact, because I've been in their shoes. I know exactly how they're feeling right now. So that's why my why is always Africa, about impacting people, touching people's lives. So yeah, for my honorary doctor, so she saw me seeing all of these things. I did a lot of humanitarian work, being South Sudanese, also being a refugee. There are things that I did, and she find out all of these things. She was like, wow, you did a lot of amazing work. And then next thing I know, it happened. I'm like, what? Like, this is the craziest thing ever happened. And I even told my dad, I wish both of my parents, my mom passed away when I was 8 years old, but my dad passed away about 4 years ago, coming November. So I told my dad, this was a joke. I told my dad, one day I was like, Baba, I'm going to be called, I'll be the first female in in our family will be called doctors. So he's like, of course, I believe it. You can even, I told you to go medical doctor. But I'm like, no, Baba, I don't have heart for that. Like, I can get emotional quickly, and not in medicals. I'm not doing medicals. I'll help people somewhere. So that's how that happened. And then now I'm actually like, ambassador, for, like a world ambassador, and can also connect with the UN. So just become something huge, and I didn't even know what this big. But yeah, that's how it happened. It's the work that I did doing humanitarian work, because my background being a refugee. And you out there, like, if you need anything from me, this is have nothing to do with business. If you have any organization you want me to support or come and speak, or anything, or anything that people just feel to hear somebody from me, like, think about it. If I can make it in this country, coming as refugee, have nothing, didn't speak the language, and be where I am today, and these are the work that I want to go and really speak and really encourage people, like, all things are possible. If you really put your mind and say, I'm going to do this, nothing can stop you. Everything is about your mindset. You can be in the ghettos neighborhood. Look, I'm a refugee. I see all types of stuff, you guys. If you're watching this video today, trust me, I see everything: chaos, killing, murder, all kind of thing that you can think of. But if I can make it, I know you can do it too. Everything is about your mindset.
And with that, folks, you have gotten the game. I want to make sure that you go and click those links and make sure you see everything that she has going on. And remember that you are signing up to be part of a tribe that is about, making money, making a difference, invest in yourself. Share this video, this video with people who need to be inspired. It's not rocket science. There's a science to it, but it's not rocket science, and almost anybody can do it. So I thank you for coming on.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate you. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. I love you, and I love each one of you. Please spread the love. This is what the world needs right now, and that's what we all need right now. There's nothing powerful than love. So just spread that. Say it out loud. Send it to humanity. Send it to the world, to the animals, to the plants. So I love in each one of you, and hopefully one day I can meet you in person. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you.
Love you back.